Hey everybody, Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another fragrance review. This time we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance from Bvlgari. This one is called Bvlgari Aqua Atlantique. So this is one that I've been featuring on my channel quite often for spring and summer videos and things like that, but I haven't actually done a full review on it. So in this video I'm going to be doing an actual review. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and things like that. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's go and get started. So this one also gets comparisons to a couple of other fragrances. It gets compared to Dior Sauvage, and it also gets compared to this one, Versace Dylan Blue. So in this video, I'm also going to be covering that aspect in terms of which fragrances this smells like and things like that. So let's go and get started off with how this smells. When you first spray this one on, what you get hit with right away is a lot of ambroxan and this nice sea salty, like seaweed type of note that's famous from the Bvlgari Aqua fragrances. You also get a little bit of bergamot as well in the opening, so it's a very nice salty, fresh, and aquatic opening. What you will notice about this fragrance pretty much right away is that it is in that same genre as like Dior Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel and Dylan Blue. It's all in the same type of scent DNA, the same type of fragrance. As you can see by the bottle, it's a blue bottle, so it kind of follows the trend of all of these other fragrances as well. It is one of the ambroxan-based fragrances like the other two I just mentioned, or the other three I just mentioned. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But what I like so much about this one over Sauvage and Dylan Blue is the fact that this one has that aquatic marine note that the Bvlgari Aqua fragrances are known for. That gives it more of a uniqueness to it because, like I said, when it comes to Sauvage, Dylan Blue, and all those fragrances, they all are different from each other, but not as different, in my opinion, as Aqua Atlantique is. This one has, again, that nice salty, aquatic, Bvlgari marine type of scent that you don't find in any of the other ones that I mentioned. I will say not everyone is going to be a fan of this scent because that aquatic marine smell isn't going to be for everyone. A lot of people dislike that note in this fragrance, and that's one of the reasons why this one gets hate. For whatever reason, a lot of people say they get this egg smell off of their skin, which is weird. I don't know where they get that from. People also get that from Invictus Aqua 2016, which is another marine aquatic scent. People say they get like the smell of egg. I'm fortunate enough that I don't get that smell at all on me, not at all, so I guess I'm lucky there. So it's one of those situations where you're probably going to want to test this on your skin first. Go to your local Macy's or get a sample of it online. Test it for yourself because, like I said, if you go out and spend $40 or $50 on this bottle and it smells like eggs, you're probably not going to be very happy. So like I said, this is not going to be for everyone, but for me personally, I'm a huge fan of it. At one point, Sauvage was one of my favorites just in terms of a really versatile, easy to wear fragrance, but Atlantique has taken over for me. I just love the overall smell way more than, the others that I've mentioned, just because it is something a little bit different. It does still have that ambroxan and bergamot, citrusy type of mass-pleasing smell, but there is a little bit of a twist on it. There is something that gives it a little bit more character, and it's something that's a little bit more head-turning, in my opinion, as well, because this just does differentiate it enough to where it smells nothing like the others. So like I said in the opening, you get that ambroxan, you get the aquatic notes and some bergamot, some lemon, pretty much right away. In the dry down, you still get that ambroxan and that aquatic note, that aquatic Bvlgari note in the dry down. For the most part, it does stay pretty linear. The opening does smell really good, and in my opinion is one of the best parts. I just love how everything just kind of comes together all at once, but the dry down is still fantastic, and it smells good from when you first spray it on all the way until it eventually wears off your skin. So let's go and touch on the performance of Aqua Atlantique. This actually performs better than Sauvage does on my skin. And I get really, really good performance from Sauvage. Like I get 9-10 hours longevity, really good projection from it. With this one though, I get over 12 hours easily. A lot of people, that's going to be hard to believe because in general, aquatic type scents don't do too well. But because of the heavy ambroxan and some of the other notes in the scent, it lasts an extremely long time. Like I said, for me, over 12 hours projection, it pushes out moderately good within the first, multiple hours. It projects out pretty strong. I can spray this one on in the afternoon, and then when I wake up the next morning, my girlfriend can still smell it on my skin the next day. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how long this actually sticks around on your skin. Granted, at that point, it's not going to be projecting any, but that's kind of to be expected anyway. It is a skin scent at that point, but you can still pick it up really easily. So that's the performance that I get from it. Again, it's going to vary from person to person, but for me, like I said, it does really, really good. And that's something that surprised me a lot. I wasn't expecting to find something that performed, better than Sauvage did on my skin, just because of the type of scent that it is, a more fresh, clean scent. I wasn't expecting to find something better than that, but this stuff right here, this stuff beats it out by a lot. So that's one of the big plus sides when it comes to this fragrance. So let's go ahead and talk about when you can wear Aqua Atlantique. This is, again, fits right in with all of those blue fragrances I talked about earlier, all those ambroxan, citrus-based, mass-pleasing fragrances. You can wear this for just about any situation that you can come up with. It is more suited for spring and summertime. It is, like I said, a fresh aquatic scent, so fragrances like that are better for summer generally. But really, realistically, you can wear this any time of year. The performance is extremely strong to where in wintertime it's going to push out through the air really well. And in summertime, it will also work very well. It's going to be fitting to that type of weather and to that type of season overall. So spring, summer, fall, winter, it works in all those months in terms of different situations. Really just about anything from casual to going on a date to something maybe a little bit dressed up. You could just wear it for about whatever, because it just has that nice, clean, fresh smell to it, to where you really can't go wrong with it. This could easily make a great signature scent for any of you out there who are looking to pick up something that is, really easy to wear, that can be worn for any situation, and has really solid performance. You just want something that's a good signature scent. Definitely look into picking up this one and trying it out, making it your signature scent, because it's going to work great for that. Like I said, the same with Sauvage, the same with Dylan Blue, the same with Bleu de Chanel. All those are great signature scents. And in my opinion, this one slots right in there. Some people will say it's going to be a little bit less safe because of that aquatic and marine note. Personally, for me, that's not something that I would be worried about. I love the scent. My girlfriend is really a huge fan of the scent. That's really all that matters to me. So because of that, it's something that I'm still going to wear a lot. So like I said, it's up to you. I would end up grabbing a sample of it online somewhere. I'll have a link down below where you can get one. Try it out on your skin. Make sure you don't get that egg smell that people claim to get. Just make sure it works good off your skin and you'll be set. If you want to start selling decants of it from your own bottle, definitely check out my course down below, or head on over to chaosfragrances.com. Teach you everything you need to know on how you can do that in that course. So go check it out. Now let's get back into the review. Let's go and touch on the compliment factor of this fragrance. Like I touched on, this is one of my girlfriend's favorites out of all of my collections. So that really says something, because, there are a lot of other fragrances in there that typically people really enjoy, that have a lot of mass appeal. Like I said, this is one of her all-time favorites. This is one that she'll often pick out for me to wear a lot. So that's really good news there. Like I said earlier, it has that same mass appeal as the other blue fragrances out there. Pretty much all of those generally are going to be good compliment getters. They really don't smell bad to people. If you wear those out in public, you aren't going to have anyone saying, ooh, that smells bad. It's not going to be like wearing a, niche fragrance out where people might be like, oh, that smells weird or bad. It's not something that's going to be just for the collector. This type of fragrance is something where everyone's going to like it. Men, women, whoever the case may be. You're going to have guys coming up to you asking what cologne it is because they want to get it for themselves. It's just one of those types of fragrances where pretty much everyone around you is really going to like the smell. So because of that, you can't go wrong with this. Like I said earlier, that's another reason why it makes such a good signature scent, because no one's really going to dislike it around you. You can wear this to work, you can wear this to school, whatever the case may be, and you don't really have to worry about offending anyone. And like I said earlier with the performance, the fact that it is so strong, that's going to help you when it comes to getting noticed by other people and getting other reactions. People are going to be able to smell this off you really well with just 1 or 2 sprays. I go with 2 sprays, 3 or 4 at the max, as I would say all you really need because of how strong this is. But with that type of performance, people are going to be able to smell this on you really easily. So that's another thing that's going to help when it comes to getting positive attention. On the other hand of that though, because of how strong this is, you don't want to go overboard. So like I said, like 3 or 4 sprays max. You don't want to go too much with this fragrance because It does have that aquatic, salty marine smell that might be a little bit daring to some people. And if you're loading down, going with 10 sprays and then walking out in public, some people may not appreciate that too much, especially in the really, really high heat. As you know, heat will sweeten up fragrances a little bit and make them project out even more. And if you're this one already has a lot of depth and a little bit of a sweetness as well. So you're going to want to limit your sprays in the really high heat. And again, going back to what I was saying, limit your sprays just in general. Don't go too overboard on this one because not everyone's going to appreciate that. So let's quickly touch on price point for this fragrance. You can pick this one up, 100 ml bottle, for around the $40 to $50 range on FragranceNet and on eBay and on other discounter websites like that. When this first came out, obviously it was more expensive. A lot of people were having to buy it at retail, but now after a couple years, the prices come down to where it's about in line with the other Bvlgari Aqua fragrances like the regular Aqua Porome, Aqua Marine, some of the other flankers like that. This one's pretty much in that same price point. So $40, $50 for 100 ml, that's an incredible price. And again, you're getting a lot of value with this fragrance. You're getting really, really good performance. You're getting a fragrance that is a nice, unique twist on that whole blue genre of fragrances that we've had going on. Like I said, in my opinion, really, really good bang for your buck. I would easily pay $60 for this if, I had to, because I really enjoy the scent a lot. I have another pretty much full 100 ml bottle down there on the shelf as a backup because this one's starting to run a little bit low, as you can see, but easily worth that $40 to $50. In my opinion, if you can find it for even a little bit cheaper, I would say you can even blind buy it. I would recommend that you still check out a sample just because with aquatic fragrances, like I said, it's not going to work on everyone's skin. There's that egg note that people tend to talk about in the reviews and stuff if you look on Fragrantica. So that's something you're going to have to be careful of. If you don't get that type of smell from other aquatic fragrances, chances are you're probably going to be okay with this one and it should work. But if you do get that smell from like Invictus Aqua or Aqua de Joe or whatever, then you might want to check out a sample of this one first just to make sure. So guys, that is pretty much it. That is my review on Bvlgari Aqua Atlantique. Like I said, this is one of my favorites for summer. When I first got this one, I liked it, but it's really grown on me since, and that's something that I would keep in mind for yourself. When you first get this or when you first try it, you may not be overly crazy about it, but I would say just give it some time, wear it a few more times, and you might come around to it. Like I said, for me personally, I wasn't overly crazy about it when I first got it, but now about a year later or so, this is one of my favorites. So definitely worth checking out. If you've tried this one, let me know what you think of it down below. And that's going to do it for this review, guys. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.